I have a 2020 Ford F350 with the 7.3 gas. Now this truck has about 50,000 miles on it, and as you guys know, this truck did receive a refresh on the outside, but not so much on the inside. It's been a long time since I've towed with a older Ford truck, and I forgot just how cumbersome it is to get your chains in these holes here. Now they did update that for 2023 Plus Super Diesel on the redesign, but it's horrible. I hate this receiver hitch. If you would like to purchase this truck, it is available here at Jerry Seiner in Salt Lake City. It's a Chevrolet store. And let's just take a look at the numbers really quickly. The more important one is that rear gross axle rating at 6,780 pounds. 11.1 is the GVWR. And then here is the payload, 3,798 pounds. Now, the mirrors do have a power function for tow mode. And this truck does obviously have a trailer brake right there. And I will admit to you guys, it took me a long time to remember where the tow haul mode was, but it's right up here on the drive mode, so tow haul. So that's on. Now let's quickly look at what the axle ratio is on this truck, because I actually don't know what it is. Now here's the truck on Jerry Seiner's website. They have it up here for about $52,000. And if you go over to the Carfax, no accidents, 3 previous owners. And then I was thrown off by the price on this truck. I was like, this truck is super expensive. But then I got to looking and I noticed that this is a Canadian truck. So you can see right here it says AB Alberta. Is that what that stands for, I think? Canada. And then here are all the options. So for Canada, the 7.3 was $2,250. And then here's a few other options here. Now, 373 axle is going to be a locking axle as well. And at that time, for Canada, it was $19.50 for destination, and then total price $78,524. So I'm willing to bet you, if this was an American truck, it was probably in the mid 60s, if not high 50s, like 58, 59 grand. I would have to go back and look at one, but I think that's what the price would be, because there's not a lot of options on this one. Now up next, I am going to show you guys the measurement before I hooked up the trailer, so you guys can see how much it dropped. So here is the first measurement. We're going to use 44 inches. I did it the exact same way here. So we're, 41 and a half. That was easy. 41 and a half. So that's 2.5 inches, which is pretty typical. Now you're probably wondering, what are you towing back there, JB? Well, let's go take a look at it. This is my 2021 Homesteader trailer. I've had it now for a while. I got it back in 2020, and I have my wife's car in here. I also have my wife's old wheels from her Wagoneer in here, and just a few of the things. Those running boards are not that heavy, but I have my generator. That's probably about 150 pounds. I had 6 tires in here, if you don't remember. Now whenever I do my towing tests, I will not have this stuff here up front with half tons. So whenever I do those tests, it'll just be the car in here. I did fill it up with fuel too, so it's full tank of gas as well. Let's go ahead and take it to the cat scale so you guys can see how heavy this trailer is with all my crap in here. Now I'm not going to be doing the towing test in this video. All I'm doing right now is showing you guys the basis point here. Now it's been a while since I've towed with this truck, so in the event that I have a chance to get a 2023 Plus 7.3, I want to just go ahead and do this test again. I might try to do a nice drive on a route where I can remember it, and then do it again with a new 7.3, and then maybe do it with other trucks as well. So stay tuned for that. But all in all, you know, you guys have heard me say this a lot. Whenever you're towing at low speeds, you know why you buy an HD truck. I mean, this truck, you don't even know the trailer's back there. I really have to look back there every so often just to make sure I'm still hooked up. Brakes, one thing that I've noticed in the past is when you get a 7.3 truck, the brakes are always very touchy. And when you have a load back there, those touchy brakes actually are welcomed for some weird reason, but when the truck is unloaded, it's terrible. It's like, if you don't have your seatbelt on, it'll probably throw you into the windshield for sure. But we should be to the weigh station in about 5 minutes. I'll show you guys a little bit of acceleration, but be sure to subscribe to your channel. I'm gonna use my draggy so I can show you guys some of the 0 to 60, and then we can kind of get an idea of the fuel economy towing, which probably about 10,000 pounds back there, but we're about to find out together. It's about 50% throttle right now. Oh man, I've already told you guys my feelings on Chevy's LAT. This is probably the king of the hill when it comes down to gas engines. I mean, that was 50%. Now granted, at 50% with tow haul mode is probably 100%, but still, this truck pulls so hard, 4,700 feet above sea level. And yeah, it's just a really good test for me for the next video I do, because I really want to check out the 10 speed. I'm going to really be focusing in on that, because when I drove that F350, man, that transmission was busy. And if I have a chance, maybe I'll do a tow test with that 450 and just see how well it does towing, because again, it was very busy. It wasn't as refined as the 2023 Plus trucks. Now granted, it has 70,000 miles, and you know, you guys do know that these transmissions do learn the way you drive, so it could be that as well. But this truck pulls good. I'm really impressed. I can't wait to see what the fuel economy is. Now this is wide open throttle right here, and we're going to have a little bit of a grade. You see where that power comes on? It probably comes on around 4,000 RPMs, and it just pulls so hard. And oh wow, the transmission's holding the gears. Okay, good job, good job. Now we are at the Flying J. Let's see how much I'm pulling here. Now in case you want to see the PDF version of it, here it is. So 3,520 pounds is the steer axle. The drive axle is going to be 5,540 pounds. And then the trailer is showing at 8,060 pounds, but figure it's probably 1,400 pounds of hitch weight. But in this scenario, we're going to use 1,450 only because the last time I got my truck and this trailer weighed, I did not have the generator in there. So it was around 1,400 pounds without the generator. Now you guys saw these numbers on the door, including the payload. Here's the curb weight. And this is going to be your gross combined weight rating and towing capacity off of Ford's towing guide online. Now with that being said, why do you buy a 1 ton? Because you're always going to be under your numbers when you're towing a trailer like this. Now as far as your curb weight goes, this is myself in the hitch weight. So we're still pretty much way under the gross vehicle weight rating here. Now if you consider this is your available payload after the hitch weight and my weight, if you had 4 buddies going with you to the racetrack, you plan on putting a bunch of gear in the bed, this is why you want a 1 ton. Anytime you plan on towing close to 10,000 pounds, F250 would do the job, but in some cases you could get pretty close depending on how you load up your gear and how many people you plan on taking with you. This is the gross combined weight at 17,120, so we're way under there. And as far as towing capacity goes, it's 8,060 pounds. That's what the CAT scales show, but you have to add this number here, which is the hitch weight. If I have a chance, maybe I'll reweigh this, because like I said, I do have a few more things on the front of the trailer too that I did not account for. But it's in total 9,510 pounds. So the trailer is just under 10,000 pounds the way it sits. But apart from that, this is definitely a great truck if you are in the market for maybe towing 10,000 pounds, travel trailer, doesn't really matter, or even a fifth wheel. I mean, that truck did have the fifth wheel prep package as well, so it would be great for that too. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. I definitely want to see what the fuel economy is, so we're going to, there's 2 things I want to do. I want to go up the 6% grade. I'm sure you guys would want to see that. You know what, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go up the 6% grade with this truck. It's only right that I do it. It's just kind of far, but you know what, I'll do it for you guys, because at the end of the day, This is a gas engine at almost 5,000 feet elevation, and we're gonna probably go even higher than that because you have to remember we're already at 5,000, so we're gonna probably go closer to 6K or even 7,000 feet with this truck. So yeah, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. Make sure you bell notification on. See you guys soon.